Hello there and welcome to this episode of Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers, Champagne Beverage, as well as Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. I'm Alan Waddell and joined as always by the head baseball coach of your Southeastern Lions, Coach Matt Reiser. And Coach, thanks for being here. A 2-2 week for your club all at home. You take the first two. Didn't go the way you wanted the last couple of games, but overall you split on the week.
Yeah, a tough week. We had some things rolling here the last couple of weeks and got some wins under our belt, and I just felt like we kind of maybe lost focus here at the back end of the week. We had a good one on Tuesday and had a good win on Friday, or the game one, so to speak, on Saturday, and then just kind of I got a little relaxed, and we got to get back to work this week.
And we're going to take a look at the highlights coming up here on our program, but especially in those last two games of the series, just couldn't get anything going offensively, especially after putting such a big number up in game one.
Yeah, we did a phenomenal job of dominating the zone early, got some walks and got some big hits, and we didn't in game two and game three. Flew out, I think, 20 times between the two games, and it's hard to put pressure on teams like that. And when you don't do that part of it, we got guys running 6-6 that fly out 4 times. It's tough to score some runs, and obviously we'll get back to work this week and get it fixed and get ready to rock and roll again.
Well, the Lions would open their week at home on Tuesday night against Jackson State. Here's the highlights. All right, it's Tuesday night. Lions getting ready to take on Jackson State, as it was McDonald's night, and actually Ronald McDonald threw out the first pitch here from Alumni Field.
Yeah, threw a nice little slider there for Kyle Bracey, who's actually a little scared of clowns, so that was an interesting matchup there. We do a good job, get off to a good start here against Jackson State. Fisher does actually a really good job. That ball gets up in the sun, he stays with it and gets you out. We go 3 up, 3 down, and get a bottom of the first inning and get something going. Jake Williams does a good job at leadoff spot, splitting the gap there with 2 strikes, and follows up with a couple more singles behind him. Sam Roberson drives one there through the 6 hole, and it was good to see us get something going early, especially after that loss on Sunday.
You see some of these offensive highlights. This was really a low-scoring game, so you got to get the offense while you could here early on.
Yeah, we got 3 singles in a row. It was a windy day. It was cold. Wind was blowing in, so not a whole lot of extra base hits on the day. We do a good job here getting the base low with 3 singles in a row, and then get the sac fly. But unfortunately, that's the only run we ended up scoring. We had a base loaded, nobody out, and that's the only run we get out of it. But lefty does a good job running one there, and we've actually seen this cat now 4 years in a row, so he's always pitched well against us.
This was kind of a strange play here, a ball down the line. Kiko Thompson, I think, gets confused, thought the ball might have been foul, but the ball was fair. Their player continues to run. They get a guy on third with nobody out.
Yeah, unfortunate part there of the game for us. Communication-wise, our focus wasn't really locked in there, and they end up getting a guy to third. Should have been a double out of play, but they do a good job of capitalizing on it. Guy goes to third on the air, and then they get the sac fly, and they tie the ball game up 1-1 there.
So 1-1 early on. This was really a tight game. Both pitchers doing a nice job. Sean Kennel continued to pound the zone. Got an easy ground ball there.
Yeah, we did a pretty good job all night of playing some defense there, and Sean just kept us in the game. We get some more offense going, and you see Sam Roach leading off. Does a good job there going backside of baseball for a double there with nobody out. We move him over, get him to third base, and then we drive him in there. Good job by Andrew driving one through the 6 hole and take the lead right back 2-1.
We see that's Andrew's second hit on this night as he continued his hitting streak against Jackson State. You went to Kyle Sedetall in the 4th inning. That was predetermined before the game, and he was tremendous in the middle innings.
Yeah, we had it set up kind of a split start. Wanted to go 3-3 and then 1-1-1 in the bullpen. Kyle Sedetall did a great job of coming in throwing strikes for us as well. And you see, if we put pressure on some teams there, put the ball on the ground, we can obviously get on base. And unfortunately, we had a freshman mistake there. We get picked off there with nothing on, but Sedetall does a good job of going right back to it. You see the cutter was there working down and in, and did a good job just dominating the zone all night.
Once again, a little backdoor breaking ball. And one thing I want to point out is, Jackson State has had a very good record coming into this game. They've been pretty solid all season long. This was a good win you're going to be able to get here on this night. Yeah,
and like you see there again with the defense, we stayed aggressive with it. And, actually this is a big part of the game here. We delayed steal in the middle with 2 outs. Sam got on there. And then Fisher comes up and does a good job after and drives him in, drives the other way. It was good to see Fisher get it going again as well.
Yeah, this pitcher kind of had Fisher's number the first couple of bats. Did a nice job staying on that pitch and driving it to the opposite field.
And then Sedetall right back to it. I tell you, he was tremendous in this 3 innings of work. He struck out 6 guys, and you can see he just absolutely filled up the zone with all his pitches. Fastball, slider, had all 3 of them working, which will be good for this week. He'll get to start this week against South Alabama. Be interesting to see. Big
point of the game here as they have the runners on base. Dylan Hill comes in and gets out of a jam and then continues to pitch well. throughout the ball game into the inning.
Yeah, we did. We brought him in, had second and third. We went to Pickett in the 7th to give him his inning. Ended up getting second and third and 2 outs. Bring Dylan in. He gets a strikeout. Has his 8th. Does a good job on that part of it as well, of gutting his outs, and then we go back to work offensively. Fisher does a good job driving the ball in the gap. Guy Bowl does a good job moving over. Unfortunately, had a sac fly that we left from third base just a hair early.
Yeah, this is a little strange. You don't see this call very often, but they do make the call say we left early at third base.
Yeah, you can see it was kind of tight. It was bang bang, and then I told him, I said, wanted to make sure he called him safe there at the plate. But afterwards, on the appeal, they call him out. It was actually a big run we needed. Obviously, we were only up by 1 there. It gave us a cushion there for the 9th inning. But obviously, anytime you go to Klotz and back in the bullpen, you obviously feel pretty comfortable about it.
So Klotz comes in and throws some, you can see that wicked pitch there, a little frisbee. And Lions are going to win this one. A big win in the middle of the week as Klotz nails it down with a nasty slider there to end the game.
Yeah, big rally there by Klotz, and great to see him back on the mound there and just dominating performance.
Coach, big win 3-2 against Jackson State. I know many people think Jackson State will win the SWAC this year, but kind of a strange game for a midweek game. So low scoring, but the elements were a little funny, but a good solid win on Tuesday night.
Yeah, regional ball club last year. I'm sure we'll have another regional club type this year. They have almost everybody back except for one arm. So yeah, it was good for us to go out there with the elements and everything else and get a win. It looked like we could score some more runs early, but we did a good job of just grinding it out and finding a way to win.
One thing our fans probably noticed from the highlights is Sam Roberson is back behind the plate a little bit. We saw him on Sunday against Corpus Christi, and now here against Jackson State catching once again. He had that injury earlier in the year at Louisiana Tech. That's got to be a nice sign to have him back behind the plate some.
Yeah, it really is. You know, just to have him back, period, in the lineup and be on the field. You know, as one of our team captains, there's so much that goes unsaid besides the play that you don't see behind the scenes. And Sam does a good job of being a great leader for us, and just to have him back there and to get him back behind the plate a little bit and give Fisher a little bit of rest is great to see.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights against Houston Baptist right here on Inside Southeastern Baseball with head coach Matt Reiser, presented by your local Southern Quality Ford dealers, Champagne Beverage, and Buddy's Bar and Grill right here in Hammond. Stay with us.